Good.
Coach, what are you seeing on tape with the Thunder? How much have they improved since the last time you saw them?
A lot. I think they're playing really good basketball. They've hit their stride. Their defensive is impressive. Their defensive efficiency. They turn you over, so that's a big concern for us. So we can be able to take care of the ball tonight. And then offensively, I think they're finding their niche. Carmelo's found his role, and it takes kind of I think what they were saying all year. It takes time for a new group to put it together and get everybody on the same page. But I think Billy's done a heck of a job putting it together and keeping the defense intact, because that's where it's they're really impressive.
I was asking the guys this earlier. I asked you 2 close wins for you guys. What did you guys learn from the close losses that prepared you for those 2 wins you guys most recently?
Yeah, it's just a mental toughness and a physicality you need in this league to close out games. Game becomes there's more contact. It's have to play through adversity. I thought previously we'd get down on ourselves or put our heads down. I just think we become more resilient. I just think that comes with maturity and going through those types of struggles. It really helps you. I think I said that after losses, like, we're going to learn from this. I think the coaches learned where we could put our players in better position, and then they've been. It's really the players that have been resilient and taken a step. But we have a long way to go and learning how to close out games. Let's talk about it all the time. The hardest thing I think in this league is continuity, number one, and being consistent and closing out games. And still working on it, but obviously a little better in the past 2 games.
Same lineup. You're averaging a little bit less than 100 points a game in January. What are the factors in that?
I think a lot of teams, I don't know, I wish I had stats to back this up, but January it seems like these are the dog days in the NBA. So I think that's part of it. I think we've had guys in and out of the lineup, so that's kind of guys in, and our rotations haven't been set, so I think that's a little bit of it. And also we're finding what works for us as a team, and we still want to play with pace. We want to push the ball up the floor and look for early looks. I think we've been a little more judicious in our shot selection, a little better in that sense. So. I think that's part of the reason too.
Same lineup?
Same lineup, yes.
The way that they've been rebounding the last 2 games, how do you counteract that?
We need all 5. We're not doing it with 2 guys, and that's what we preach. I just think we preach guard rebounding. It's huge. We've actually been, if you look at us, we're a pretty good rebounding team. But this is another monster here. This is strength and athleticism, and that's going to be another key for us tonight. Can we, if they miss, can we keep them off the boards? And it's a heck of a task for our guys. If we're not, if we don't have a hit first mentality tonight, it can be a long night because we can't get multiple shots at the rim.
You kind of alluded to it just now, but is there a different approach to the way Steven Adams rebounds than maybe like a rebounder tries to jump over people as opposed to Adams, who's kind of more of a box out guy?
Yeah, he's a master. Obviously his physicality is important, how strong he is. Our guys talk about, man, that guy's strong. I'm sure every team does, but also his positioning. He just understands where to be. He understands when to get a hit and find the ball. So there's it's not just strength. There's a knack to it, and he has great positioning. And we can't box him out with one guy. There's no way. We gotta try to keep 2 bodies on him, keep him off the board. But it's like I said, it's a tough task, especially with those guys coming downhill on you. You got to help, and now you have to free a body off them. But our guards got to come down and help.
Coach, you were an assistant when the Knicks brought in Carmelo Anthony. Besides the obvious age difference, what's the biggest change in how he kind of conducts himself on the court, or just the way that he's been able to transition his game from being the guy in New York to being a second or third option in Oklahoma City?
Yeah, it's I think just embracing the catch and shoot obviously has been huge for him, and I know he said it a bunch in the press, just figuring out his role, and I think Billy's defined it, and he's embraced it, and he's seen the success of the team. Carmelo, at the end of the day, he's a winner. He showed it in the Olympics. With the Knicks, he was a heck of a player, and for him to make that change, it's almost like a fastball pitcher. Now you gotta be able to throw the curveball, the change of pace, pitch, and it's a credit to him. He's obviously a smart player. He's figured it out, and I knew he would. And it's really benefited the Thunder.
You talked about your shot selection. I mean, how's Allen's shot selection been? Is Allen getting the shots that he wants and not necessarily hitting them at the high rate, or is he not getting?
Yeah, no, I think I think probably a few more contested ones than we like, but above all, he's got the ultimate green light, because he's such a good shooter. But I keep saying as our team gets better, I think he'll get better. So he's a function of how we play. But what people don't recognize with him, 2 games ago he had 20 points or whatever. Against Detroit, they just stayed hugged up to him the whole game. Avery Bradley and that got us, open looks all over the place, because his gravity, his ability to attract defenders really helps us. So what I would like to say is how he's defending. I think he's doing a heck of a job, Brian. Just I think he's taken a step, and that was kind of our main message to him this year: defend like you did that first year in Portland. And I think he was really good against Detroit again, and really his rebounding numbers are as high as they've been in his career. So keep pushing him there. I know the offense is going to come.
Dinwiddie, from the beginning of the season to now, how has his game evolved?
Confidence, but it's all it's all the work he's put in, previously all summer. And just thinking today, here's a guy who played summer league. Like, he didn't need to play summer league and embrace playing summer league, and they could just kind of go, shows how hungry he was to be good, and kind of a do anything approach to getting better. So I think it's all the work he put in, summer league, off season, and then preparing for the season. It's now he's got the mental part, he's got the confidence, he's obviously making shots and playing well.
Players want to be back right now, get back to their normal selves. How is D'Angelo Russell handling getting back into the groove of things?
Yeah, he's fitting great. Like, he's doing everything we ask. He's not forcing it. Obviously he had a couple turnovers and the shots aren't going right now, but he could come in and say, man, I got to do everything now and try to get it back in 1 or 2 games. And this is a process. It's going to take time, and we're going to be patient with it. We'll build up his minutes as he gets more comfortable. But I've been happy with how he's played, and again, because he's not trying to do too much. He's trying to fit in. Thanks everybody.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Coach.
it.